Julio Rodriguez tried to steal third base and ended up scoring. No, not because the Angels did anything wrong, but because Cal Raleigh hit a little bit of a blooper that went over Julio. Julio slids into third base, and then he realized that Cal had a base hit and scored. Mariners brought 11 to the plate in the 7th inning. They actually had the bases loaded at one point in the inning. They did score after the bases were loaded, but they had scored 4 runs before it. Mariners take a 9-3 win over the Angels, and everybody looked good. It was one of the best games I've seen from the Mariners. Great starting pitching, great offense, great defense from the Mariners. Horrible defense from the Angels. Mariners gave up 3 runs. It was whatever. The win went to Lugima, and Detmers took the L. Mariners had 2 runs, then 1. Angels got a run. Logan O'Hoppe scored in the first to score Mike Trout. Mike Trout always scores against the Mariners. Mariners had 9 runs on 12 hits. We did commit 1 error. The Angels allegedly only committed 2. I don't think they did. JP in the leadoff spot where he was last year. He's almost at a 300 average with an 800 OPS. Couple hits, couple runs, a walk. Julio had a hit, an RBI, a run. He struck out once. We only struck out 6 times today. While we had 8 of our 9 runs came via the RBI. The last run didn't because Leo Rivas reached on an error. Cal with a couple of runs. Randy had a solo home run, couple of runs. Mitch Garver even scored a run with 2 walks today. Mitch Garver had... Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, Mitch Garver had 2 at-bats. Rowdy Tellez didn't get in a bat. Ben Williamson went 0 for 4 with a strikeout. I'm not going to say anything about that. He faced some pretty tough competition today. And you know what? It is what it is. We gave up 10 hits, but they were scattered hits. Neto, Trout... They were scattered hits. Most of them actually came off Hancock. 9 of them came off Hancock. Hancock's final stat line, 6, 9, 3, 3, 2, 4, 1. Gave up that solo home run. Lagima got the win. Then Bizzardo came in, and then Troy Taylor came in and finished him off. Troy Taylor had no stats other than the 1 inning pitch and brought his ERA down to 13.5. Detmers, in 0 innings pitched, gave up 5 runs on 5 hits, which actually only brought his ERA up to a 5.79. That was, what? Okay, so I thought Julio was going to get credited with a stolen base, but he didn't. I thought we were going to have 3 steals credited, but we didn't. We had Mitch Garver steal a base, we had Cal Raleigh steal a base, and Julio didn't count. We had 1 home run today. 1 home run. We did small ball. We did mid ball. We scored 2 runs without the ball leaving the infield in the 7th. It was one of the best innings of baseball I've ever seen. It made me so happy that the Mariners were actually able to do something like that. And I was very happy to actually see what I could see with the Mariners doing that. And every time the Mariners are actually able to get what they do done and work the way they are, it makes me realize that this team is a real contender. This team is a real World Series contender. And yeah, the AL West is going to be a bit competitive this year in terms of some. I think the Athletics, the Astros, the Rangers, and the Mariners are going to be competitive. I don't think the Angels are going to be involved in that at all. Mariners have tomorrow off before taking another road trip, which is actually going to be really interesting. Oh, wow. Our next game is in Texas at 8:05 on. Yeah, so we start another road trip, but we are there. We're getting the offense there. The unfortunate thing that happened today is Luke Raley was announced that he's going to be out at least 6 weeks with an oblique strain. He was placed on the 10-day IL, but more than likely when we have to make another roster move, we're going to need to make another move him to the 60-day. But because he's probably not coming back till after the All-Star break, it's 6-week rehab, then 2 to 3 weeks in the And then, unfortunately for baseball, Mike Trout exited the game in the fourth inning. Trout had gone 1 for 2 in the top of the third. He got jammed and cued it the other way before bolting down the line. His fastest sprint speed at 29.7 feet per second of the season per MLB.com. And then he had to stretch while lunging to the base. And then, yeah, it wasn't great. He did go back to the right field for the bottom of the third, but then his spot came up with 2 on and 2 out in the fourth. And then Joe Adele came up. So, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. He's 9 homers are tied for third in the majors per MLB.com. It's I was hoping that Trout could do well, but yeah. I was hoping he could come back just for the health of the sport of baseball, but unfortunately injuries are a part of the game of baseball, as the Mariners are seeing, and unfortunately as the Angels are seeing, and unfortunately as Mike Trout is. Mike Trout, honestly, with the injury luck he's had, I don't know how well he goes, how well this will be, or if he's going to make the Hall of Fame, if the way he's continuing is going to be the same. But overall, really good game from the Mariners, and I am happy as hell that we're doing this.
And again, thank you for tuning into the videos. Don't forget that you can also see me on Patreon at Sammy5436, where it's $1 a month. I also am seeable on Instagram at Sammy5436. TikTok at Sammy5436. I'm on Blue Sky at Sammy5436, though I don't use that often. I believe I'm on Tumblr at Sammy5436, but I haven't used that in at least a year. And you can find me at my business email, thetrapezoidtalks5436 at gmail.com. Any information you need to send to those business emails will be looked at. I generally look at my business email on Wednesdays and Sundays, so just do be advised that I do not always have the ability to respond immediately, but if you do send an email to my business email, and as long as it's not offensive, I will respond if it's something I'm interested in with something positive, and if it's something I'm not interested in, I will thank you for your email and go ahead and say that there may be a future opportunity for us to collaborate if that's something you're interested in.